See if we can get over here. Oh, knew it! Ow! Get! Ow. Call that one. Hey, Molly. We're gonna try and film this way. So, what am I standing in front of? I'm standing in front of what's going to be my garden in a couple of months. Unfortunately, there's a lot of ice and I just fell down. You could say I broke my crown. Kind of hurt. So, why do we garden? Why not? We've been challenged by the Smith Family Ranch to make a video on the reasons why we garden. Well, unfortunately, I can't show you my garden right now. It's February 22nd. Happy birthday to my husband. He's an old man. To Darren. Unfortunately, like I said, I can't show you my garden. My garden's back there and under the snow. And we can't use it for a while yet. So I can show you my tomato starts and give you my reasons why we garden inside the house. And that's what we're going to do. The reason why we garden is to be more self-sufficient. And knowing where our food comes from and knowing what's gone into the growing process. That would be our number 2 reason. Last time I bought a bag of grapes, it cost almost $13 for a bag of grapes for my kids for school. That's insane. It's literally cost me less than $50 to buy all my seed and my planting mix and all my trays, my utility shelf, my lights, my grow mats to start my garden. It costs me $25 to have my garden rototilled, and I have as much fertilizer out in the chicken coop as I can use. So that's my number 2 reason. To be more self-sufficient and know where my food comes from. My number 3 and 4 reason is to put up for the winter. So we're not running to the store. I am also kind of what you would call a prepper. I do have a big year-long pantry. I do freeze and bottle a lot of my meats and my vegetables. So we pressure can a lot of vegetables. We make pickles, we make salsas, we make our own tomato sauce. We make also a lot of our own tomato soups. We make a lot of soups and we pressure can and we put in our pantry. So in the middle of the winter and it's a snowstorm, I'm not worried about having to run out of food for my kids. In a power outage, I know I can just open a can of food and we got supper on the fly, even when it's 3 days without power, which we've actually gone through. This fall we had a really bad ice storm, a really bad windstorm, and it knocked the power out here for 72 hours. I didn't have to worry about food for my children because I had a pantry full of food that I can just flick the lid off of and say, here guys, here's supper. So it wasn't a big issue for us. So that's our 3 and 4 reason why we have a garden, is to pressure can our food and preserve our food. Food sustainability, as well as having something on the fly. I'm not running to the grocery store and spending $12 on a bag of grapes. $12 buys me a case of mason jars. And I have then 12 mason jars full of beans, carrots, whatever I can pressure can on the fly to go. So my number 5 reason for having a garden is for our health. Healthy food is good food. Fresh vegetables, fresh fruit, fresh meat is good food. And by having our own garden, we have a lot of at our fingertips healthy food to eat all year round. Even though it's pressure canned, even though it's in the freezer, it's still healthier than what you buy in the store that's been pre-packaged, full of preservatives, and sitting there for 6 months. Having a garden, having that sustainability is beneficial for your own health because you're not filling yourself full of unnecessary garbage. Having our own garden, and it's not even a big garden. We have a 60 by 60 garden, and we have 9 in-ground garden beds, or sorry, above ground garden beds. We also have we have 6 hanging baskets that we actually grow our cherry tomatoes out of. And we have a bunch of trellises that we put up on the back side of the trailer that has our melons, our loofahs, and such like that. My little helper, but he's not being that much of a helper. That's our reason for our health, is the biggest reason that we put a garden in. We don't see our garden. We don't see anything started. I'm in zone 5. I'm in the east coast of Canada. We just got dumped with another 15 centimeters of snow. We haven't had a day in the past month at 0 degrees to melt anything. The warmest it's been in the past month and a half is probably about -5. So there's lots of ice. There's still lots of snow. So unfortunately we can't start much yet. Why do you guys garden on your homestead? Like I said, we garden for self-sufficient as well as for our own health. And the kids love it. Like, the kids absolutely love getting out there with me. If I say, let's go play in dirt, they're out there. Playing in as much dirt as they can get into. So the channels I'm going to tag are Grandma's So Happy Homestead, Duncan 1900 Homestead, Striver's Homestead, Garden City Homestead, and Haywire Homestead. So the links for those channels will be in my description, as well as why do you guys garden on your homestead. So make sure you check out those channels that I put in the description. Pop over to their channels and tell them they've been challenged and tagged and making this video series of why do you garden. And I want to thank the Smith Family Ranch for tagging us in the challenge. And like I said, I warned them our video would take a couple of days to get out there. We've been just very busy with life, and unfortunately that happens. But as soon as the snow goes, we will have our big garden in. Thank God. I can't wait for the snow to go. And as you've seen in the first of the video, I tried to make the video outside. Unfortunately, the ice does not like me, and I fell. And that was the damper on that. I had to come in and change my clothes because I was all wet. So pray that the snow goes away for us soon, please, and have a great day.